In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the secret of having endless motivation, achieving your goals in life, and having the best men attracted to you. This is really that good. I'm super excited for you to hear it. Make sure you hit the subscribe button with the little bell, download the first chapter of my book from the description, and I will see you right after this. Your brains, your minds, can be your most powerful motivation, happiness, and attraction weapon, or they can make you miserable and ruin your life. I'm amazed by how many successful women come to me using their mind for the latter. In this video, I'm going to show you how to not do that in a way that makes you incredibly attractive and motivated in your life. So to begin, humans are only ever motivated by two things: pain and pleasure. That's it. They're the only two things that will ever make us move. If I want you to get up out of your chair right now and fly across the world, I can either put a gun to your head or give you $1 million. Either way, you'll be very motivated to do it. But these two types of motivation can also ruin us if used correctly. So let's look at each one and how this can empower you and make you flippin' attractive. Number one is healthy pleasure motivation. This is when you have a goal in the future that you're inspired by, so you take action that makes you happy in the present. Maybe you want a great relationship, right? So you go out, you meet men, you take action, you maybe even hire a coach, go speed dating, and you're feeling great because you're on the path. Maybe you want a great body, and so you go to the gym and you come home from the gym feeling great because you're on the path. That's healthy pleasure motivation. That makes you incredibly attractive and you achieve your goals. But toxic pleasure motivation ruins your life. Toxic pleasure motivation is something that far too many of us do, which is where we wait for the goal to achieve our happiness. We say, I won't be happy until I'm married. I won't be happy until I have kids. I won't be happy until the kids graduate. I won't be happy until I have that great body. And so even when we're taking the action steps, we come home miserable because we haven't achieved the thing yet. This is not, it's a fine line, but you can see this is not the purpose of pleasure motivation. If you are saving your happiness, if you're saving your 10 out of 10 happiness for a future event, then you are saving it for never. It makes you unattractive, it makes you miserable now, and it's not the purpose of goal setting. The purpose of goal setting is to be happy on the way from the journey, inspired by the final goal. The simple test to know if you're using healthy or toxic pleasure motivation is to say, am I waiting for XYZ goal to be happy? If your answer is yes, you're in toxic. If your answer is no, you're in healthy pleasure motivation. And number two is pain motivation. Now, contrary to popular belief, healthy pain motivation is absolutely a thing, despite what the positive thinking gurus will tell you. The military doesn't train because they want to be the best in the world. They often train because they just don't want to die. That's what motivates them to be the best in the world. A fighter will often go to that extra session not necessarily for the glory of winning, but for the possible pain of losing to his opponent. Pain motivation is a thing and it's perfectly healthy. But a lot of successful women come to me using toxic pain motivation. And toxic pain motivation is where we beat ourselves up to try to get to the result. Let me give you a client example. My client, Sandra, worked really hard to get an amazing medical degree. A lot of medicine students, in fact, a lot of your doctors relied on pain motivation to be as good as they are. It was the pain of failing the exam that saw them studying, or even the pain of not getting an A. But unfortunately, when you've been using pain motivation for a long time to achieve near perfection, in Sandra's example, she used it for everything. So because her relationships weren't perfect, she beat herself up every day about this guy who wasn't even emotionally available ever and was never going to be a relationship. But she spends every day miserable, beating herself up because she ruined it with this guy. Pain motivation becomes toxic when it's not inspiring helpful action. In other words, if I get out of bed and say, I don't want to be fat today, I'm going to go to the gym, and then I go to the gym and feel great about myself, that's healthy pain motivation. But if I sit at home beating myself up and not taking any action, just feeling bad, that's unhelpful, toxic pain motivation. So again, the difference is, if you're using negative self-talk, is it having a positive result in the form of inspired action, or is it doing nothing and making you feel cruddy? That is the difference between healthy and toxic pain motivation, and it's a fine line sometimes, but it is the world of difference in terms of your attractiveness and your happiness and motivation in life. So those are the two types of motivation: healthy pleasure, healthy pain, versus toxic pleasure, toxic pain. Make sure you're not waiting for the result to be happy and that you're not using negative self-talk unless it spruces you up to take positive, inspired action. Well, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed. This blew my mind when I discovered this concept and totally changed the way I motivated myself. Hit the subscribe button with the little bell. Leave a comment below and make sure you check out the next video too on confidence and motivation, being the most attractive you. I'll see you in the next video real soon.